welcome back to my channel. My name is Kiki. So today's video is all about Christmas mains. Last week I showed you guys how to make a bunch of Christmas appetizers. So if you haven't checked out that video, I will link it for you guys below. You guys have been asking a ton. So High Carb Hannah and I are almost done with our weight loss program. It's called Eat More, Weigh Less. It's a program where we focus on loving ourselves to health. We show you guys exactly how to set yourself up for success, how to lose weight and keep it off. We will be launching that the 1st of January. And for everybody that gets on our mailing list now to be notified when that launches, they will receive 50% off of the entire program. So if you think it's something you might be interested, just get yourself on the mailing list. That way, when it comes time, if you decide that yes, you want to go ahead and do it, then you will get 50% off. And I will link all of that for you guys below. All right, so today I'm gonna show you guys how to make this delicious garden lasagna. This recipe is in my Simply Wholesome cookbook, but this recipe will be available for free on my website. I will link it for you guys below. I'm also gonna show you guys how to make some really simple, delicious garlic bread and this beautiful winter salad. All right, let's get cooking. All right, so to make the lasagna ricotta filling, what I'm gonna do is start with a 14-ounce block of extra firm tofu that I've already drained, and I'm just gonna put that into my food processor. So then to that, I'm gonna add 1 cup of raw cashews, and then half a cup of nutritional yeast, some dried oregano, and then in here, I've got onion powder, garlic powder, pepper, and some salt. And then some lemon juice. All right, so you want it to be nice and smooth. You don't want to have any chunks of cashews in there, and then you can just mix it up a little bit better with a spoon. All right, so now I'm just gonna move this filling over to a bowl and I'm gonna mix in the rest of the filling. So to finish making this filling, I'm going to add a can of chopped artichoke hearts. I'm gonna add 16 ounces of mushrooms that I've already cooked down in a little bit of water. And then I'm just gonna add a couple handfuls of spinach. You just want to get it nice and evenly mixed up, and then we are going to spread this on our noodles. All right, so I now have this pan that I'm gonna be making the lasagna in, and I like the no boil lasagna so that it's ready to go. You can also find gluten-free lasagna noodles that you don't have to boil, so you've got options. And if you can't find no boil, then just get regular lasagna noodles and go ahead and boil them, and then once they're all done, start assembling your lasagna. All right, so the first thing I'm gonna do is put a little pasta sauce in the bottom of the dish. Now, I really love a garlic marinara. This is just the Sprouts brand, it's my favorite. It does have a little bit of oil in it, but it is pretty low fat, but you can find oil-free sauces or make your own. So then I'm just gonna lay my noodles in here. And then I'm gonna take the filling and just start to layer it on here. Then I'm gonna add another layer, and I'm just gonna repeat this process until I have as thick a lasagna as I want, or until I run out of ingredients. You can also use this filling to stuff manicotti shells or do stuffed shells. That would be really pretty. You could even bake it in a bread bowl and make it like a spinach artichoke dip. So now I'm just gonna top the lasagna really well with some more sauce. All right, so the other thing I didn't show you guys that you can do if you like a lot of sauce is make sure to put sauce in between each layer like that. But my family doesn't love like sauce in between the layers, but otherwise just sauce around it should be more than enough. So now I'm just gonna top the rest of the lasagna with some marinara sauce to help it cook and make sure it doesn't dry out. So I usually use about 2 25-ounce jars. So now I'm just gonna cover it with a little bit of foil, and I'm gonna pop it in the oven at 375 and let it bake for about an hour to an hour and 20 minutes. You just gotta check it because it depends on your oven. So you just wanna make sure that the noodles are nice and done. All right guys, so I've just pulled the lasagna out of the oven. So I am going to let it cool off just a bit. And then the last thing I'm gonna do is garnish it with a little parsley.
Christmas Day.
All right, so for this winter salad, it's really simple and really delicious. I'm just gonna take some spring greens and put them in this bowl over here. You can use whatever greens you like. I just really like the color and flavor variety of the spring greens mix. So then to that, I'm gonna add some cucumber slices. Then I'm gonna add some red onion. And then I'm gonna add some pear slices. And then I'm just gonna add a light sprinkle of pomegranate seeds. And then this is optional as well, but I like a little chopped walnuts on my salad. Now for salad dressing, my absolute favorite is this cranberry pear balsamic vinegar from the Rocky Mountain Olive Oil Company. It doesn't have oil in it, it's just balsamic vinegar. It's really naturally sweet. It is absolutely delicious. I just put this over the salad. I don't dilute it at all. It's sweet and amazing. I will put this in the description box for you guys along with a discount code if you want to try it. But if you don't want to go the balsamic vinegar route, the other dressing that is absolutely perfect with this salad is just a maple Dijon dressing. So all you're gonna do is take some Dijon mustard. It's really easy. It's just equal parts Dijon mustard and maple syrup. So I put the Dijon mustard in there, and then I'm just gonna add an equal amount of maple syrup. And there you have it. You have this yummy maple Dijon dressing that goes absolutely perfect over this salad as well. For garlic bread, this is really simple. I really like this brand of sourdough. They also make other whole wheats and French loaves. They're completely oil-free. They have very little ingredients, so I really like this brand, and I just find it in the normal grocery store. So I'm gonna take this loaf and just cut it in half. All right, and then I'm gonna open up the tops like this. So I'm gonna show you two ways to do this. So the first way to get this to brown up is by taking a little bit of white vinegar and diluting it with water. And then I take this little pastry brush and brush the bread. Now on the other piece, I'm gonna give it a light spritz of oil, which is what I do at the holidays. It just makes everything brown up and look nicely. But I wanted to give you guys an option for helping your bread brown up without using the oil. Now, if you don't like vinegar, you can totally skip this as well and just pop it in the oven. You'll have a nice toasty bread as well. But this little extra step really helps kind of brown it up and give it a little bit more flavor. All right, so then I'm gonna take this chunky garlic, and it's kind of like this chunky minced garlic that I really enjoy. I find it in the produce section of my regular grocery store. And so I'm just gonna squeeze some of that on and then take my pastry brush and just kind of spread it out. It's almost like a garlic butter. And then I'm gonna take a little bit of garlic salt and sprinkle that on top. All right, now that piece is done. So for this piece, I'm just gonna start with the garlic. And of course you can add any herbs you want to this or any other seasonings. All right, and then I'm going to put garlic salt on this one as well. And then this one I'm going to lightly spray with this avocado oil. Again, you can completely skip this step. I do this at the holidays. I like everything to be nice and brown and have rich color and flavor without tons of added fat. And that's it. So now I'm just gonna put it on my pan and I'm gonna pop it in the oven at 400 for about 5 minutes. There, you can see this is the one I sprayed, and you can't really tell a big difference. So if you don't wanna use the oil, you can totally just do the vinegar or you skip that altogether.
Christmas Day.
Alright guys, that is it for me today. I hope you enjoyed this video today. Make sure you give that lasagna a try. It is so good. I made it last year for our non-plant-based family and they could not believe that it was vegan. And that gorgeous winter salad, like, always pleases. And stay tuned for next week because I'll be showing you guys how to make some Christmas desserts. All right, I love you guys and I'll see you next time.